Hey, my loves, it's Emma Romano here. I just want to talk about avoidance for a minute. So, avoidance can be watching too much TV, it could be gaming too much, it could be on your phone too much, scrolling too much, it could be dope, it could be alcohol, it could be overeating, just avoidance, right? Avoidance. The danger is not in, say, the screen time. What the danger is in what are you missing out on by distracting yourself with all the screen time? Huge, right? So have a think about it. Whatever you're avoiding right now, what are you missing out on? Because so many are so scared of that little bit of pain for such a long-term gain. I'm going to explain something to you. Tomorrow, hi babe. Hey Kim. I'm going to explain something to you. I had a client last night and gorgeous guy, really amazing. And I'm just going to show you something that I did for him. This represents 8 years, so there's 8, and there's little circles in there, 12 circles in each month, right? Hey, Kim. And he has been addicted to a substance for 8 years and been wanting to come off. When I said, okay, so how bad is it going to be? He said, I know for 2 weeks it's going to be really bad. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be irritable for 2 weeks. I went, okay. So by avoiding the 2 weeks, he's created 8 years of pain for himself. 8 years of pain because he wants to avoid 2 weeks of awkward. It's interesting, isn't it? So when I do this, I said to him, come up and just get a representation of the 2 weeks. That's the dot. That little dot there, that's his dot of the 2 weeks that he's been trying to avoid. Fucking massive, right? So this, I ask myself all the time, like I have a problem with my escape is busyness. I make myself busy. But by making myself busy, what am I actually missing out on? What am I avoiding? It's interesting. Like we all do it. So I don't sit there and think I've got all my shit together. I fucking don't at all. But I just self-regulate all the time. There's something else I wanted to tell you about. So I just got off a call to my mentor, Jason Parks. We also work together and do mentoring for others as well. It was very interesting. So I was complaining about someone, right? And he said, what's your secondary gain about worrying about this person? I went, ooh, I hadn't thought about the secondary gain for quite some time. There's a couple of stresses I've got in my life. And he just said, he goes, what's the secondary gain of stressing about that? Because when we stress about something, we block the abundance. When we stress about something, we're blocking the natural source flow to get what you want. So what is the secondary gain of that? Have a think about that, everyone. Have a think about it. So if you're like doing stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing, or something's awkward, like what's the secondary gain about it? What are you getting out of it? So the secondary gain, I'll give an example of what a secondary gain is. Say I'm super worried about one of my kids. What's the secondary gain? I still feel like I can mother them, right? Or it still gives me connection, or this is distracting me from something else. It's a secondary gain. There's a gain, which we're not consciously aware of. It's secondary. And this is why it's like people when they smoke. I want to give up smoking. Well, what's your secondary gain? Connection. It's my time. Things like that. It's interesting. So if you really want to break through something, especially money problems, look at your secondary gains. And also look at, are you adulting your money? Adulting money is a huge thing. And this is what I mean. I was in such avoidance of being an adult around money. So I had to start writing things down, like what am I making, what's coming in, what's going out, all of that kind of stuff. So I was avoiding it. But what was the secondary gain of avoiding it? I didn't have to add, it's something I don't have to worry about. Because really what came up for me, here we go deep, was I felt dumb. So if I'm going to look at money, I don't want to feel that uncomfortable moment of being dumb, which means 8 years in a business, I'm avoiding probably a couple of days of awkward. It's crazy, right? Anyway, I'm excited. I've got an announcement. I'm off to Perth on Saturday. So after Perth on Saturday, celebrating a beautiful friend's 50th on Sunday. And then Shani and I start Release Your Why Inspire Masters, 5 days in this palatial, beautiful home overlooking the water in Perth. And it's just going to be spectacular. Very deeply spiritual, a lot of goddess energy, nurturing love, it's practitioner training. We have one spot left if somebody wants it. So let me know, private message me. So we start on Monday to Friday. It's free accommodation and it's just got to be spectacular and beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Anyway, I love you. Mwah. Let me know how you go with your secondary gains. Love ya.